And you can take it away, Denise. You know what to do next.
Sure thing. Just something to get us started here.
As more people are signing in. Because we know people are a little late.
Of the things we think, say, or do. In the beginning of creation, there was no you, but today we are Rotary. We are creating inspiration. It's not brand new, we are the people of action. It's never too late to join our hands and love what a better place for you and me. Reaching out for one another is what the Creator sent us to do. Is it ever easy to walk on side? Will it be a cool will and a fresh air? Is it ever easy to walk on side? Will it be a to walk on side? So let's get give it. Helping us in need is join us strength and help one another. So let's get give it. Helping us in need is join us strength and help one another. So let us stand, give a hand. Helping us in need is join our strength and help one another.
Thank you, Denise. And Mylan, you're up.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Conference of Clubs. Happy to see everybody here.
Mylan.
It's a beautiful day outside.
Rub it in, Mylan.
Yeah, well, I'm deep underground here.
Okay.
So I thought I'd start the conference off with a little bit of humor. So a boy walks up to his father, and the boy says, "Dad, can you explain a solar eclipse?" And the dad said, "No, son." And that's the reaction I usually get.
That's good. I like it.
Anyway.
Dad.
He did say a little bit, but that was very little.
Very little.
Very little. Okay.
I wanted to set the bar really low. That way, all we can go is up from here. That's all.
Thank you.
That's what Rich tasked me to do, and I think I fulfilled my requirement.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're going to move right on to Mr. Ray Otten.
Well, can you start the official Ring the Bell?
I did. You didn't hear it?
No. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
I'll do it again.
Okay. There we go. Thank you.
Yep.
All right.
So we'll move on to Mr. Ray Otten. He's going to lead us in the the Pledge of Allegiance. So, Ray.
Okay, everybody, if you would. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you very much, Ray. Next up, we are going to have Miss Pam Baxter from Sharon Springs going to lead us with a little words of inspiration. Pam?
Thanks, Mylan. Good morning, everyone. So for the next minute or two, I'm going to ask each of you to just kind of pause your thoughts, close your eyes, and consciously breathe. Just take a breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, and just simply listen to some of the words that I have to share. When one door closes, another door opens. But we so often look so long and so regretfully upon the closed door that we do not see the ones which open for us. The words of Alexander Graham Bell. This past year certainly has been one that reflects many closed doors. But as Rotarians, we will always seek to find or create open doors of opportunity. This past year has given us pause. It has triggered fear and concern. Our world has been in crisis mode. John F. Kennedy once said, "The Chinese use 2 brush strokes to write the word crisis. One brush stroke stands for danger, the other for opportunity. In a crisis, be aware of the danger, but recognize the opportunity." As we were distracted from our loved ones and normal patterns of life, we had an opportunity to define those things most important. And we as Rotarians seized the opportunity by broadening our understanding and use of technology. And through that, we discovered friends around the world again. As many struggled with the loss of programs providing meals to families, we saw and served the opportunity to feed our neighbors and children of our communities. The universe gave us this pause. It gave us the opportunity to reflect on the many atrocities that have plagued our friends, our neighbors, and the world. Atrocities that perhaps we had lost sight of. But despite the difficulties of the past year, we as Rotarians always will and always will seek or create that open door of opportunity to serve to change the lives of the people around us. In the words of Desmond Tutu, do your little bit of good where you are. It's those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world. We each have lost, but also gained in this past year. As we slowly return to our normal patterns, do not forget the people and practices that we realized were most important to us when we faced losing them. Remember to take time to pause, to reflect, and continue to serve to change lives.
All right. Thank you very much, Pam. And now, no bias here whatsoever, but a very lovely hostess will lead us in the 4-way test.
Good morning, everyone. Please join me for the 4-way test. The 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Number 1, is it the truth? Number 2, is it fair to all concerned? Number 3, will it build goodwill and build better friendships? Number 4, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
The unofficial number 5.
Will it be fun?
Excellent. Yes. Great. I guess we're going to move right on to Miss Christine Shepard and DGE Bruce McConnelly to do the roll call of clubs.
Good morning. We're going to be doing this alphabetically, so we ask everybody to stay on mute until we get close to your club, and then everybody attending from that club, please state that you're here. All right, so we're going to begin with Albany.
Here.
Amsterdam.
Yep, it's Tim O'Brien from Amsterdam. I'm here.
Ballston Spa.
The great state of Ballston Spa is here.
Here.
Burnt Hills, Ballston Lake.
Ken Crabby from Burnt Hills, Ballston Lake.
Capital Region Rotary. Chestertown. Cobleskill.
Here.
Cohoes.
Here. Here.
Colony, Guilderland.
Here.
Corinth. Delmar.
Here, good morning. Cindy Rosenthal. Tom Burdick. Good morning, Tom.
Morning, Cindy.
Fort Ann.
Present.
Glens Falls.
We're here.
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 Glenville.
Here.
Glove Cities. Granville, Hudson Falls, Lake George,
Here.
Present.
Malta Sunrise,
Present.
Middleburg,
Here.
Niskayuna,
Here.
North Creek, Northern Lake George, Northville, Racing City, Rotary E Club of Upstate New York,
Present.
Rotterdam Sunrise,
Boom, chaka laka laka boom.
Salem, Saratoga Springs,
Here.
Schenectady,
Here.
Here.
Schenectady East,
Here.
Here.
Scotia,
In the zone.
Here. Here.
Sharon Springs,
Here.
Shenendehowa,
Here.
Here. Mary Lou.
South Glens Falls, Southern Rensselaer, Turning Point, Twin Bridges,
Here.
Here.
Absolutely.
and Wilton. Okay, that's all the clubs.
Thank you.
Excuse me, can I just make sure that you had Fort Ann? Because I think I muted myself.
We heard you.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
And I know there's somebody on from Southern Rensselaer. I just don't know if he said here.
I thought there was two, Denise. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Southern Rensselaer, I'm here part-time. I had something else scheduled, but I'm on right now.
Okay, thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
You all set, Bruce?
Yes, I am. Thank you very much, all.
Do you want me to pass it over to you for the budget, Bruce?
I
Yeah.
will take the budget. Are there any questions on the budget? Oh, this ought to be good. Glad John Holstead's here. Very challenging time to set a budget when you don't know what tomorrow brings.
Bruce, one question.
Yes,
Roderick Sype from Cohoes. So I know the budget is set based upon the number of members at a club in January, but the budget doesn't take effect until July 1. What happens if a club's membership either goes up or down in those 6 months? Is the amount that the club has to pay as dues adjusted as well?
that's a good question. Are there anyone smarter than me that are on board that can answer that question? Larry?
Hey, Bruce, this
Fred?
is Jim. My understanding is no, it's the membership at January 1 that drives it.
Yes.
That's absolutely correct.
And
It's
the
gotta
re-
be set.
Yeah.
Hey, I knew there were much smarter people
Right.
on than myself.
And Roderick, what happens with that, if you gain members, you're in a plus because you're not paying for them starting July 1st. Fortunately, when usually it's, if they lose members, then you're like, wait a minute, we don't have that many. But it's in order that in February, when the finance committee meets, they can actually start the budget, because it first gets presented at PETS. So we have to have it in place.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks for the answer.
Yeah.
Can we also, Rich, address when there are honorary members in each club and what the responsibilities are for the clubs to make those payments?
Somebody want to grab that one?
I'll give it a shot.
I just
Although
fight with
Rotary-
this every year when we.
Rotary-
Yeah.
Rotary International does not charge dues for honorary members, but we do at the district level, in part because the services that the district provides and that we have to pay for are kind of distributed across the membership. So the district is closer to the clubs in terms of providing services, and it's always been felt that it was fair that if you have an honorary member, that the costs that are associated with running the district are distributed among those people as well. So it's a cost for the club because the club is obviously going to ask someone to pay the dues. So it comes under the category of it's something that's been that way for a long time, and it makes sense to leave it in place, just because then what we're able to do is spread the costs over a larger group of people. And most of the clubs that have honorary members are, I would say, are the bigger clubs.
Thank you, Larry.
I have
Okay,
one.
I have a little question. Expenses for next year's conference are already committed?
Yes.
I just want to have a conference. Oh my God, please. Mr. Incoming Governor,
Yes.
Yes.
it's done.
There's only a small amount of district money from the dues that actually
Yes.
pays for the conference. It's designed to be self-sufficient based on the people that attend. We don't use the district funds to subsidize. So if we're able to have a conference, watch out. It's going to be a good.
Go for standing by.
Thank you, Jan. Anything else? Yes, Pam.
Just a quick question. The items that are grayed out, I'm assuming those are things that we have had in the past and this year we are not dealing with, or what?
Best way to state it is if they've been there, we haven't been able to get the gray out or the boxes out. So they continue to stay there.
Gotcha.
So they are part of the overall total number.
I have a question.
Yes.
So for club budgeting purposes, can you tell us what the cost per member is for district dues this year?
Same as last year. It has not changed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And just how much is that, please?
There you go, Bruce. Now you're on the spot.
Yeah, now I am really on the spot. Thanks, Fred.
I told you I'd come in.
I know.
All
right, John.
The club also pays a training fee, which helps to pay for the cost of the training we do for your incoming president. That's a flat fee per club because each club is allowed to send one person to the training. Hopefully that'll be back next year and in person in Syracuse.
I believe it says $40 per person.
$40 per person, and the 100 is 135 per club.
Correct.
Any other questions? Can I have a motion?
I'll motion to approve Bruce's budget.
Second.
Approved.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Thank you very much. In a very challenging year to set a budget.
Thank you.
Bruce, I have an unrelated question. It
Yes.
kind of looks like you're building a discotheque there behind you.
I am. Well, what can I tell you? It's been an 18-year project. Well, no, a 12-year project. If Noah had this time frame, a lot of people wouldn't be here today.
Oh, so that's a discotheque on a boat.
Yes, that is my boat.
So one of these days you will hear Bruce say, "My ship has finally come in."
As long as he doesn't say it just sunk.
Yeah, we're waiting.
Well, actually, when I die, it goes to the Scotia Rotary Club, and they get to sell it, do whatever they want with it to make money, to support people going into the trades.
Hey, Bruce.
Yes.
When it's done, are you gonna have, is your first sale gonna be a Rotary sale? You're gonna have a Rotary
I
party
am,
on your
I
first
am
sale?
actually, I am looking for names for the boat because the first name I had was inappropriate, which is nothing new from me.
So you're not going with Lucinda?
No, no.
You can always call it floating rotary.
How about the SS Brew?
Keep sending me the names. I love it.
How
Misbehaving.
about
about the
finally with
minnow?
an exclamation point?
Have a contest, $10 an entry, whoever wins.
Yeah.
There you go.
Here you go, the SS service.
There you go.
SS service. Wow.
Hey, Bruce, and you,
Yes.
Bruce, this is
Yes.
real easy. The prize is they get to go on the maiden voyage.
There you go.
That is a
but you
scary
want people
thought
to
for
submit
anybody.
names. You know, he's building this boat himself. Maiden voyage could be a dicey proposition.
Yes, very.
Okay, so part,
You can swim, folks, as long as you can swim.
so part of the winning prize is a life preserver.
Others may have to bring their own.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bruce, they have that stuff on TV that if you put it on the bottom of the boat, you're rest assured that no water can get in.
Nah, that's not the way I build a boat.
No.
Seal. There you go.
All right.
Should we get back on track now, Rich?
Yes, let's
we
do that.
can, Mylan.
Sorry.
Please.
That's all right.
My fault,
That's
sorry.
Well, I had one more thought for a fundraiser as opposed to, could we pay to have somebody go on the boat with Bruce as a fundraiser? I mean, just
there
another
you go.
idea. Just throwing it out there for everybody.
Who would that be?
very cool. Okay.
All right, so next up we have Deb O'Connor, the district treasurer, and John Halstead, our district finance chair, with their reports.
Hey, so good morning, everybody. First of all, I just wanted to thank everybody, especially John Halstead and Lisa Jackson, for their patience while I learned the QuickBooks. We had converted, I think I talked about this before, we converted from the desktop version over to the online version. And the conversion didn't go quite as smoothly as we had hoped. There was a lot of issues with the class reports, and so we got all those together. But with John reviewing the reports monthly, we got those in line. We made some journal entries, got those all fixed up. And my sweet Lisa Jackson, oh man, she was like my, I thought we were gonna get a bat phone for each other, but she walked me a lot through the accounting software, so I have a better understanding of it. So I think I've got my arms around it now. And I also wanted to thank the assistant treasurer, Larry Bailey, for all of his hard work. He would go to the post office, pick up all the mailed in whatever is coming to the district and let me know about it. Also kept track of the dues as they were coming in, so we didn't miss any dues and having them put in the right place. He would go through the reports for the credit card payments for whatever event that it was that we were having and put them in a good order. So when I got the report, I was able to allocate the funds correctly. So, you know, Rich, thank you for your leadership with the transition of the district treasurer. I think I've got my arms around it now, but I also have my bat phones in place for like my important people. So thank you for that. For the Rotary year ending June 30th, 2020, we have the next year's budget in place and we just had that approved. It's $40,965 based on the January 1st, 2021 membership count of 954 people. That was approved by the presidents-elect at their March 20th meeting. So just a recap of the finances. The former CPA that we had is no longer able to do business in New York State. I think she's in Florida, if memory serves me correct, John Halstead. So John is a CPA and managing partner of Zulicki and Halstead LLP. And John filed our taxes in January of 2021. So that's all set. As of June 30th, our assets consisted of $122,051.28. So the operating account, in our bank statement was $58,801.32. The QuickBook balance was $50,034.93. Now, the difference is our QuickBooks, we run the reports on the accrual basis, not the cash basis. So that is a difference of $8,766.39, which is the various checks that we had to cut out on June 29th and 30th. They didn't clear, of course, until July, August, and September, but that balance was $8,766.39. So that's the difference between the QuickBook balance and the balance at Catskill Bank.
And Deb, that all reconciles out and being 100% all money accounted for.
100%. Thank you, Fred. Designated funds, $55,013.56. That exactly matches the bank statement to the QuickBooks, and the special funds money market, $17,002.79. Again, that matches the bank statements and the QuickBook balances. I do have all of these reports, so if anybody would like to review them, I'm happy to share, but John Halstead looks at everything every month. He gets the mailed-in statements, I get the e-statements, and everything matches. So that's the beauty of the dual control, I guess you could say. You've got 2 and 3 eyes looking at everything. I already talked about the tax returns getting filed in January 2021 by John Halstead. And can I just say, John, I'm going to miss you. And as for the Rotary budget ending in June 30th, 2020, based on the completion of a successful district conference of clubs, we expect to finish this year under budget. And the main reason is COVID. So there's a lot of money that we did not spend. Okay. If anybody has any questions, I'm happy to take those. And if anybody would like to see any detailed reports, I have those and I'm happy to talk about them. That's my report. Mr.
So I have a question, Deb. I have a question.
Okay.
So at various times, there's been a district Dropbox folder, or asked a different way, is there a centralized location where you can deposit those reports in PDF format so that we can review them and understand them effectively?
Rich, that's a good question for you. Do we have that kind of mechanism?
I've been saving a lot of those reports in
Yeah.
our Google Drive. So maybe you and I can square away. We can just make sure those are all updated in Google Drive, and then we can send a link out to the membership. Would that work?
Whitney, that would be fantastic.
That would be great. I mean, these are public documents for all members of the district, and so people should be able to look at them at any time.
And you know what, Fred Daniels, I do have to say that when I accepted the treasurer position that you had asked me to fulfill, I did run it by my husband, and he felt as long as everything was transparent and anyone could look at it and there were no questions about my integrity, then I could take the position. So yes, I want to be transparent, and let's get these out to the group.
Thank you.
That's why you're a great Rotarian, Deb. Thank you.
Thank you, Deb. Thank you, Whitney. John Halstead, are you still, can you hear me? John? I know he's muted. I know that he graciously joined us today. He's an accountant, and we all know that Monday is the final tax day. And John alerted me to the fact that he was going to be taking care of clients today. So I just wanted to thank you for your many years of service, John, as the finance chair. I hope you can hear me. If not, you can go back. I think John is probably going to have to get off the call at some point. I'm not sure if he's going to be here for the recognitions later. I just wanted to say thank you so much. John has been the district finance chair since 2015. I believe he did it for a few years before that also. There was a break in time. But he is letting go of that position from the district this year. We have Jim Amell, currently an assistant governor, also a CPA, and Jim Amell has offered to take on the position of the district finance chair. So I wanted to just thank John. I have a certificate. This is a district governor's citation presented to John Halstead. This citation is awarded with deep appreciation in honor and recognition of District 7190 Finance Chair and continued service to Rotary. So thank you very much, John. If you're still on later, I'll do it again.
Actually, I was in a client meeting, so I apologize. I missed Deb's report, but I did just come back into the office and I heard you start talking. So thank you very much. I've really enjoyed the position but I do need a little break here. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, John. I don't know, did you see this?
I just did. Yes, thank you
And
very much.
I will get that to you at some point. We'll make arrangements, but thank you so much for your service to the district, John. And you were a great help to me this year and to all the past district governors. So thank you very much.
Good job, John.
Good job, John.
Great job, John.
Thank you, John. Do we need a motion to approve the treasurer's and the finance report?
Yes.
I'll second that.
Well, it's a report. I actually don't think I should make the motion because this question was about the year that I was district governor. So someone else could make the motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
Thank you.
All in favor? Rich, all in favor?
All in favor, yes.
Am I
Aye.
allowed?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye, aye, aye.
Any opposed? Good job, Deb.
Yes, thank you, Deb. Thank you, John Alstead. Next up, we have Tom Burdick. He's going to give us a report on the gift of life.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for allowing us to speak today. So we had, like everybody, we had a very interesting year last year with COVID, and I'm going to try and share my screen here. We had a little guy come in last year. His name was Bat Nasson, and hopefully you can see a picture of him.
There it is.
Yeah, you got it. Okay. So he came in right before COVID hit, right before the shutdown. He was supposed to be here for about 5 weeks, and he ended up staying 4 months. So the very nice host family that had volunteered to take him for 5 weeks ended up hosting him for 4 months. So not only did we pay for his operation, but we also gave money to the family for stipends for groceries and clothing and all sorts of things that they needed for those extra months that they were here. So we've heard update reports on Bat Nasson. He's very healthy. We've also heard update reports on our previous children especially from Mongolia, and they are all very, very healthy. So we've had some very successful children come in, and we've all, through our contributions and efforts through the district, we have changed lives and made some young children live normal, happy, healthy lives. So I think that's something we should all be very proud of. We had virtual board meetings throughout the year, and I know most clubs had virtual meetings. And I think there was some good things that came out of that. I know one of them was the executive director of Gift of Life International, Rob Railman, was able to visit a lot of your clubs virtually. So he was home, he was shut down just like everybody else. And I know that he was able to speak to a lot of clubs and get out there, get the word out for Gift of Life. So if you want to hear from Rob, he's still grounded, if you will. And even when he is traveling, I think we can probably have Zoom meetings and have him attend your club electronically. And if you are having live meetings like the Del Mar Club starting next week, we can have a board member come out to your club and speak and let you know a little bit more about Gift of Life and how we operate and how we work. In the past year, we also donated to a global VTT in Romania. The program is about 5 years old. It is a sustainable program now. What that means is without much financial help from Rotary and Rotary International, that program is up and running and is operating on children each and every week throughout the year. They provide free heart operations and catheterizations for children, and they change the lives of children, because these children with the congenital heart defects would only live till between 8 and 16 years old. And with the heart operations and the catheterizations, they live a normal life expectancy. So that Romania program is up and running, and it is a sustainable program. For some of you who remember back to 2013, the district funded a global VTT in El Salvador. And that program is also a sustainable program. That program operates on 200 children every single year. Last year was a little bit different. They only operated on about 100, but in a normal year, they operate on 200 children. And I think as a district, we can take a lot of credit for some of the early support of that program. And that's the type of good work that we as a district do and we at Gift of Life do is help these programs get up and running and create sustainable programs that flourish on their own. So we should all be very, very proud of that. Last year we had a golf tournament. There was a lot of debate as to whether we should have a golf tournament. Some people said, absolutely not, you shouldn't do this. The irony is it was our best and most well-attended golf tournament that we've ever had. We had it at Pine Haven Country Club in September. Pine Haven tried to limit us to 104 golfers, I think was the first number. And we had to go back to them twice and say, we have more golfers. We ended up having over 120 golfers at the tournament. And it was socially distanced. It was very well run, very organized. And like I said, it was our best golf tournament ever. So thank you to all of those who supported us and came in and supported Gift of Life. We're going to have another golf tournament again, also at Pine Haven Country Club. We looked at other clubs and we selected Pine Haven again for a number of reasons. It's going to be on Monday, September 20th this year, 2021. And at Pine Haven Country Club. So please come out. Again, we're going to have a great time. It's going to be, again, one of our best, if not our best ever golf tournament. It is our biggest fundraiser throughout the year. So please help us support it and sponsor it and play and buy a flag tee to sponsor a hole. It would really be very, very, very helpful. Bethlehem Central Middle School has run a 5K in previous years. And these middle school and now high school children in Bethlehem have raised about $3,000 each year. Last year they were shut down due to COVID, but they are going to have a virtual 5K June 10th through the 13th, where you can walk 5K or run 5K or crawl 5K if you want. And it is a fundraiser, and hopefully they will raise another $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000. So we'll get the word out on that and get that out to your clubs and to the district. One other thing I want to share here is we have a program that's worked pretty well for us for 7 or 8 years now. Hope everybody can see that. It is our clothing bin program. These are the clothing bins. We've got about 20 of them out there in the greater capital region. And these clothing bins, people donate their clothes, just like those two guys are right there. They throw their clothes right in there. And each of these clothing bins generates about $40 a month to Gift of Life. We have no overhead. We have no cost to that. The two gentlemen who are in that picture are the D'Ambrosio brothers. They're the guys that actually run the company. They are very, very responsible. They are very responsive to anything, any calls or anything like that. The club name is on the local club name is on the clothing bin. Their phone number is on the clothing bin. In case there's any type of an issue where somebody needs to call them, those guys get out there that day or the next day. So these clothing bins have been very successful for us. We're raising close to $10,000 a year, somewhere around $9,000 a year on these every single year. And they're on autopilot. It's like a little annuity stream. We get a check every single month for about $700 or $800. And in the springtime and the fall, they're bigger checks. We also offer a $200 reward, if you will, to the person or the club who places a clothing bin. And $100 comes from those two guys at American Clothing Company, and $100 comes from Gift of Life. So if you want a fundraiser for your club, or you want to earn $200 yourself, if you can find us a place to place a clothing bin, that would be very, very helpful. Like I said, these are very great. It's a great annuity income stream for us, and it's been very successful for us. Every once in a while, we lose one of these. Somebody, an ownership change at a company, or construction happens, and we have to take one of these down. But so we want to keep the number up there. We're hoping to get to 35 or 40 bins over the next year. So if you guys do know of a place we could place one of these clothing bins, it's really important for us as our fundraising, and that's what helps pay for the operations for the children that we bring in, and also the operations that we support overseas. I think that's just about everything that I have. Pat Herman, our secretary, is going to cover the vote for our slate of officers. So I'm going to turn this over to you, Pat.
Okay. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Yes. There was one question about the Ronald McDonald House. We do have the child and family stay there pre-operation, and they will probably continue to do that. And then they go to the family after the operation. I was just answering a question that just came up. Our slate of directors for the years 21, 25 include William Nathan from the Albany Club and Don Vavilaw from Twin Bridges. All those in favor say aye.
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 And all those opposed? The ayes have it, and congratulations to William and Don for another 4-year term. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for your wonderful support. You guys are a great district. You really help us out, and you literally save children's lives around the world. So again, thank you very much for all of your support. We couldn't do what we do without you. So Rich and Mylan, back to you guys.
Thank you, Tom and Pat. I appreciate you being here. I know you had something family-wise today, Tom, so thank you for the time. Really appreciate you being here.
My pleasure.
Yep.
Yeah, I echo that. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Pat. I played in the golf tournament last year. I think it was very well run. Had a good time. I'm looking forward to playing again this year. So thank you very much. So next up, we have our past district governor, Sue Austin. She's got an announcement for me.
We're missing somebody. Skip one.
I skipped one. I did. I am sorry, Melissa. PDG Melissa Ward.
Keep me on
Jeepers.
I'm very sorry. I was
whoa.
jumping ahead of myself there.
How could you forget about me?
I cannot. All yours.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. This is the report for the Council of Resolutions of Rotary International, which met online from October 15 to November 15, 2020, in accordance with the RI bylaws. 30 resolutions and 1 enactment were transmitted to the council, and the council adopted 11 resolutions and the enactment. Of the resolutions, 9 were recommendations to the Rotary International Board, and 2 were recommendations to the Rotary trustees. Give you a quick rundown. So adopted things that would, I assume, pertain to our district. To request that the RI board to consider reintroducing professional development as a value of Rotary, that was adopted. To request the RI board consider requiring Rotary Youth Exchange organizations to provide annual financial reports. To request the RI board to consider reviewing Rotaract status with Rotary. Trying to just quickly go through. To request the RI board consider making the Rotary website and email technologies more accessible for those with visual impairments or other disabilities, and extending that technology to clubs. To request the board to consider reintroducing the vocational committee at the district level. To request the board to consider forming committees to nominate regional leader candidates. To request the board to consider proposing legislation to limit the term of the general secretary of no more than 10 years. To request the trustees to consider including measures for the prevention and elimination of plastic waste and residues, and to request the trustees to consider allowing districts to use their own scholarship criteria when awarding scholarships for which no World Fund matching funds are used. If you wish to submit a resolution to the council, that needs to be done by June 30 of this year. I will place the link in the chat box for anybody who is interested in reviewing that process. And that's about all I have from the Council on Resolution. The next Council of Legislation will meet in 2022. And I have no idea if that will be in person or virtual as of this time. I believe Rich wanted some zone updates. My term as Rotary Coordinator will end as of June 30 of this year. A gentleman by the name of Howard Klotz will be taking over. Herb Klotz will be taking over. Herb is a great guy. Many people at the membership level who work for the district membership committee have already had the opportunity to meet him. The president-elect, Rotary International president-elect, is has one of its goals as for every district to create 2 new clubs in the 21-22 Rotary year. So that will be a goal of the membership committee. And I think that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you for all you do for our district too. All right, so try not to skip anybody else going forward. Miss Sue Austin, PDG, you're up.
Sue's muted.
Sure, she's working on it.
There she goes.
My mouse and I are having a moment. I'm going to get a cat to get over it. It is with great pleasure that I announce to the district that according to the RI bylaws and according to the bylaws of District 7190, in December of this past year, our district governor sent out a request for clubs to nominate members of their club to serve as district governor for the year 23-24. The nominating committee met in, and I should have said November, he sent it out because there's timing involved. On December 17th, the committee met virtually. We interviewed candidates, and it was the consensus of the committee that Ms. Whitney Pangburn serve us as governor for the year's Rotary year 23-24. So she has been nominated and elected by the committee. I ask you to welcome her to our leadership chain, even though she's been there for a while. Welcome, Whitney.
Thank you very much, everyone. I'm looking forward to this opportunity, and I hope to serve you well.
If you just teach us all about the Google things, we'll be fine.
I'm already doing that. I'm driving the district governor train nuts.
Yeah, well, try a little further down. The older ones need it too. And then right on to the foundation report. It is with some pleasure that I would like to announce that we have the following clubs over their goals for the year so far in foundation giving: the Albany Club, the Chestertown Club, Colony Guilderland, Glenville, Niskayuna, North Creek, Northville, Salem, Saratoga Springs, Schenectady East, Shenandoah, Southern Rensselaer, and Twin Bridges. Now that could be because some of their goals were somewhat low, but they're over 100% of goals. And as a district, we are 114% over our goals at this point as reference to the annual fund. We have over $93,000 that has been donated to all funds. To the share fund, we have 81,688 going in. Our goals were 71,000, so we are in great shape. We do need to get our other clubs, because we do have a few clubs that are non-giving either to polio or to share. We do need to get our clubs to get their money in by the end of June, and please don't wait till the last week. It is so difficult for RI, especially where they're working from home, you know, to get all of this done. You do have till the 30th of June at midnight, but please, 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 if you're planning on making donations, let's get them in and encourage our members. Again, it's one of those things where we're a little bit behind where we normally are at this point. Totally understandable due to COVID, but we can do better. So let's all try to do better. And that is my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue, very much. Mr. Doug Ford, you're up next with the Polio Plus report.
Hey, so I think Pam kind of led off earlier today and said when one door closes, another opens. And I think when you think about what's gone on this past year with COVID, there's a lot of negatives that go with that. However, I think the positive for the polio piece is that it heightened the awareness of vaccines. And I think, you know, we need to continue to work off of that and push the polio eradication campaign. I think COVID gives us the opportunity to do that. I think the United States, it's been a long time since polio was a factor in the United States. And I think a lot of people had forgotten, especially the younger people. Some of them weren't even aware of it. So that is my goal for this coming year, is to really push the awareness and parallel it with the COVID. And I think we can get some benefit from that. The big event for the past year on polio obviously was Louise Rourke's book. And, you know, the other events that we typically do in Rotary year, obviously we couldn't do those. So the book, the campaign started with a donation from the First National Bank. Bruce was responsible for getting that for us. That was a $2,000 donation. And Bruce, thank you for going out and getting that for us. That basically funded 2/3 of the book publication, which really got us in a position where we could almost make money right off the bat with the book sales. We had to, in addition to the $2,000, we spent another $1,615 to complete the publication. Since the books have gone on sale, we sold $2,625 worth of books online and another $1,923 through direct purchases. So to date, we have raised just shy of $3,000 for the polio campaign. We still have 95 books remaining. If we sold those books at the $20, which is the minimum level, and I think most of you know there's other levels of buying. You can get a book autographed, or you can get the book autographed along with a mask and a t-shirt for additional money. But if we only sold the remaining books at the $20, we're going to end up with a net profit of somewhere north of $5,000. And, you know, that is directly credited to Louise Rourke. Louise has been an amazing supporter of polio. And I think, you know, I don't really have to talk to this group much about Louise. I think if you don't know Louise at this point, something's wrong. But this is the book. It continues to be available online. Like I said, we still have 95 copies left out of the original 400. So if you haven't gotten one, I would really urge you to do that and continue to promote it, you know, in the clubs. Currently, we only have 11 clubs that have made a donation to the polio. I will be reaching out to the remainder of the clubs and see if we can't, boost that number by the end of the Rotary year. The last thing I'll mention is the polio numbers are down considerably from last year. Last year, I think there was a total cases of 140. And the last number that I saw was 2 for this year, for this Rotary, or since the beginning of this year. So the numbers are down, and that is all good. And the last thing I'll mention is the Wet and Forget product that you guys were talking about prior. That's also available at Curtis Lumber.
Curtis
All
Lumber.
right, Doug.
You
That's
gotta buy
all.
it at Curtis Lumber because you get the Doug Ford discount, right, Doug?
That's right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Doug.
Yes, thank you very much, Doug, for all that you do for the district. And at this point, we'll turn it over to our district governor, Rich.
Well, actually,
Oh, I'm skipping things all over the place, aren't I?
yeah, come on, Mylan.
Boy.
Thought I gave you the updated agenda.
Yes, you did, Rich. It's all on me this morning.
It's okay, Mylan. I think it's part of your amusement plan.
Well, I got some more dad jokes to tell if you want me to go down that road, because that's all.
Tell one, yeah.
Why do elevator jokes work so well?
We don't want any more dad jokes. Thank you.
Coming from your dad, that's hilarious.
Well, we need to know now.
They work on many levels.
Oh boy.
Hey, that was really bad.
I think the club ought to fine you for that one.
Please do. Come on over. I'll pay you the fine directly.
Hey, District Governor, that could be a new fundraiser.
There we go.
Bad joke.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. Next up, we have Whitney Pangburn, our D. Wow. DGND, with our salute to past district governors. Whitney.
Thank you, Mylan. And good morning, District 7190 Rotarians. We just wanted to take a moment to recognize all of our past district governors in attendance, and of course, those whom are not able to be with us this morning. So please join me in welcoming past district governor Olive Scott, past district governor Harriet Pepe Noble, past district governor Ann Cargile, past district governor Sam Hall, past district governor Sue Austin, past district governor Melissa Ward, past district governor Dave Hennell, or Papa Tot, past district governor Mylan Jackson 3.0, past district governor Fred Daniels, and past district governor, immediate past district governor Larry Jones. I think I captured everyone. Thank you to each of you for all of your leadership and bringing us all to this point today. And back over to you, District Governor Rich.
Okay.
So that was in the order of smartest to best looking, right?
Certainly. No, I no order intended.
Oh boy. This is a tough act to follow here, guys, So I worked really hard to try to keep this in a good time frame. So as we all know, district governors do like to talk. So and this is my last hurrah, basically. So just go with it. So good morning. I'm so happy to see all of you today. And the news surrounding the pandemic is actually getting better along with our weather. So we'll move this along. Although Rotary International has not given us any recent updates on guidelines, I'm confident that that will occur shortly. They had given us notification up until and including June 30th, but I'm sure they're relooking at that now. For now, we ask clubs to hold hybrid meetings. Hopefully you all received yesterday's email about how the district plans on helping the clubs. More information will be sent out to you. And should anyone have any questions, you can contact either me or Bruce McConnelly. So he'll be in the driver's seat coming July 1. I realize the past 16 months have been difficult for all of us. We are doing good overall with new members, A few new clubs are in the works, both traditional and satellite cause-based clubs. Unfortunately, we have had many members leave this year, and too many have passed on. Unfortunately, please work with Bruce and the district team in the new Rotary year to help the ongoing efforts to build your district. The future of the district is a responsibility for all of us. And we can do this because we are people of action. I wanted to thank everyone that has joined us today, and special thanks to those that gave reports or helped in any way, and for all the work you all have done this past year throughout the district. We really never let the pandemic stop us. We just did things differently. We have a great district, and I am so proud of all of you. So thank you again. I'm doing something now that is very different. I know that when I became a Paul Harris Fellow, I was honored to be a contributing member of the Rotary Foundation. For those of you that would like to achieve becoming a Paul Harris Fellow, or would like to go to the next level, a Paul Harris +1 or +2 or higher, I am offering you this. From today, May 15th, through Monday, May 30th, anyone that makes a donation of $250 to the Rotary Foundation, the district will give you 750 District Foundation points so that you will reach a Paul Harris Fellow status or move up to the next level if you are already a Paul Harris Fellow. This is my final push for the district to get more money into the Rotary Foundation. All I need you to do is to make the donation during the next 15 days and advise me that you have done so. Sue Austin and I can check the foundation reports for your contribution and submit the district points. Remember, our foundation donations is what comes back to us for providing grants. An email will go out later today to everyone in the district for those that are not here today. I'm finishing this up today with a short speech that I was asked to write for the International Assembly in January of last year. It was the last in-person event. It's titled A Moment in Time. Almost every Rotarian has had their Rotary moment. I have been fortunate to have experienced numerous Rotary moments. I truly believe that all these moments have become the foundation of my love for Rotary and why I became a Rotarian. Foremost in my mind is my Rotary moment that took place internationally. I was in Zimbabwe, Africa, with another nonprofit organization to help with humanitarian and educational support in 2 remote villages. This was in the spring of 2018. The Rotary International president at that time, Ian Risley, had asked all Rotarians worldwide to plant at least 1 tree. Having this goal by Ian long before my trip, I decided that I would add a Rotary project to the trip, which would be to raise funds to purchase trees to plant in the 2 locations we would be visiting in Zimbabwe. I was also traveling with another Rotarian who was the executive director of this organization. I had some help from one of our district assistant governors who also embraced my idea by raising funds to have a tree planted for each one of her clubs and made plastic tags with each club name on them so the trees could be tagged for those clubs. When we arrived, arrangements were made to purchase the trees and have them brought to our location. The majority of the trees that we were planting were moringa trees, which are native to the area and have very good medicinal properties when the leaves and the bark are ground and added to food and drink, which include modest reductions in blood sugar and cholesterol, antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects and are highly nutritious and beneficial for people who are lacking in essential nutrients. Additionally, we planted some lemon trees and palm trees. My Rotary moment was the joy and enthusiasm that the men and women in both villages expressed while they were helping plant these trees. They all knew the value of the trees to help the members of their villages and were so engaged in completing the project. Their expressions of thankfulness and pride were my reward, my Rotary moment, a moment in time. Together, we planted about a dozen trees in each location, and we had raised enough funds that over 50 trees would eventually be planted in both locations. My hope is to return to Zimbabwe again and check the progress of the trees that were planted. At the time, we were asked to choose a Rotary moment or a Paul Harris Fellow moment. Well, deciding on a Rotary moment or a Paul Harris Fellow presentation was a tough decision. So I leave you today with a quick footnote on a Paul Harris Fellow presentation, which actually qualifies as another Rotary moment for me. After my mom passed away a few years ago, a past district governor in our district honored my mom by making her a Paul Harris Fellow. I had no idea that this could be done. And it was such an honor for both of us. And it made me realize that there are no limits in our Rotary world when it comes to recognition and service. So today, I have made my daughter, Lauren, a Paul Harris Fellow. And with that said, I am honored to have made her a Paul Harris Fellow. Unfortunately, she could not be here today. She has been asked to do some pretty extensive work at St. Peter's Hospital, and they needed her to be there today. But she is aware that I have done this. And remember, success has nothing to do with what you gain in life or accomplish for yourself. It's what you do for others. Bruce, it's all yours, my friend. Thank you, everybody.
Good morning, all. I am looking forward to this coming year, as we all will be change makers. If anybody thinks what we did over a year ago in Rotary is going to be the same, they are really mistaken. First of all, Shekhar Mehta made the theme Service to Change Lives as our theme, and I think it means an awful lot as what's going on around the world. The things that we can look forward to are, we are going to have a changeover on June 24th. More will follow. It will be virtual. As far as what Rich said in membership, oh yeah, and by the way, as a change maker, look at me. I've even wore pants today. See? That's a big change for me.
Can't see it.
All right, hold on. Let me help you. Is that any better?
Yeah.
I got pants on.
Now we can see your whole sign.
So anyhow, one of the things that Shekhar brought up as one of the things that he wants to also focus on is, for a long time, Rotary's membership has been stagnant at 1.2 million Rotarians. He is putting out a challenge to be one and bring one, which means realistically, even for our district, we would have over 1,900 members at this time next year. But really think about retention as well. those members that maybe have not been able to attend virtual meetings for whatever challenges Zoom makes for my generation. Sue, you're not challenged by that at all, are you? Okay, that's what I thought. And the other thing that Shaker has brought to the district and the world is a seventh area of focus, which is our environment. And he is really strong on this. So think about your project and what you're going to be doing in this coming year, and maybe work something around the environment. Next thing, we are going to have a district conference, God willing.
Yay!
And the theme is a fun time out. And that came from 4.0. And who is, thankfully, my conference chair. And I am looking forward to that as well. Other events will be on our calendar of events for this year that will be coming out, where you'll be able to see what events will be occurring during the year. I look forward to my club visits, and you don't need to worry about your bell. If you believe that one.
Is it the truth?
Yes, it is the truth.
Yes, but watch out for his partner in crime.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got more
Well,
than
Banner. You know, he
a
always
lot of truths need to be watched out for. Oh, I need to watch my banner from our club. All right, fair enough. Alone, we can do a little. Together, we can do so much. Thank you.
Next up.
Yay.
Denise is up next.
Hi, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Denise Denoto, and I'm going to be following in Bruce's footsteps the year after he is district governor. And he will leave big shoes to fill, I'm sure. I will roll right in and take over with your help. I'm excited today to follow up on Rich's email. He sent an email out to membership letting you know that the district pledged to help support virtual and hybrid meetings moving forward. And we do plan to do that. If you haven't had a chance to read that email, the district is going to help clubs by reimbursing you for equipment or technology that you have spent to help hold hybrid meetings. What does that mean? That means it could be a wide angle webcam. It could be a professional Zoom account. It could be an internet booster, so you can help the signal that you're using when you want to broadcast your meetings. It could be a disposable phone that you can have at your table when you're in person, so that people that are gathered in person can connect with people who are virtual. We don't want you to lose the members that you have gained by holding virtual meetings. Let's be honest, I would not have been as involved as a Rotarian if I couldn't do it from my living room this past year. I was much more engaged because I was able to travel to all of your meetings that I attended from the comfort of my home. Some of you hold physical meetings in locations that are not accessible for people with disabilities. I wouldn't have come to your clubs otherwise, but I want to come to visit you. So I want to be able to visit you. Anybody should be able to come and visit you in whatever way they're able to. So our district has pledged to do that. We will reimburse you if you have already purchased equipment. If you can provide the receipt for anything going back to March 15th of 2020, which is the official start of the pandemic, we will reimburse you up to $150. If your club has not spent money yet, but has plans to, that's fine too. More information about this will be coming. We will have a form that you can use to submit for reimbursement. We have many people in our district who are happy to help support and lend ideas to you. If you have concerns or questions, please reach out to me or to Whitney or to Bruce or to Rich, and we will help connect you to people who can help you if you have questions. Larry has been trying different things. Whitney and Kim have been trying different things. So we really want everybody to come. And on June 7th, we will be having a Zoom meeting for information on hybrid meeting styles. Kimmy just put that information, that notice in the chat. Thank you for that. So we will be sharing information on that with everyone. We want you to engage with the people that you have met with this year. Some of you reported that club members that had moved out of the area were reconnecting with you via Zoom. We want you to hang on to them. We have clubs that are looking at starting that will be virtual clubs, and we want them to stay engaged. One of the things that I have pledged to do moving forward this year is to help our public image committee work to engage with our membership efforts. We have two membership efforts happening at the district. We have new clubs, and then we have membership engagement. Wouldn't it be great if there was a way to boost both of those efforts? One of the things you'll be seeing soon is a notice for a job description. We are going to be hiring a part-time administrative assistant and membership coordinator to work to help support the district and clubs, because we're volunteers. All of us are volunteers, and let's be realistic. Nobody really wants to spend time doing some of the day-to-day administrative work that needs to be done for us to be successful. And we'd rather be spending the time helping you as Rotarians with Rotary work. So we're going to spend some of our district money that has been earmarked for public image to help us boost that. This means that you may see some internet campaigns, some marketing campaigns, and you'll hopefully see a more coordinated effort to communicate between the district and with individual clubs. Whitney is going to be the chair of our public image committee next year. Thank you, Whitney, for doing that. She'll be working very closely with this coordinator. Peter Wilhelm, who's a new Rotarian, is going to be co-chairing with Whitney. We are excited to have that enthusiasm. So look for more information on that to come. It's been a pleasure to see what's working for all of you this year. I'm excited to help Bruce next year. I am excited about what we are doing on a multi-district level. This year we started something that is just going to get bigger next year with multi-district events. I can't wait to see how we take what we learned this year through the challenges and open even more opportunities as we serve to change lives next year. Thank you for sharing your Saturday morning with us. I think I'm within my time limit. Turning it back over to you, Rich.
Thank you, Denise. That's great. Next up, we have Whitney Pangburn, and you all got the intro for Whitney before, so I will bypass that. Whitney, thank you so much.
Thank you, Rich. So Denise hit on a couple of these points, but I have certainly been lucky enough to be working with many Rotarians recently throughout our district, just trying to enhance some of our public image efforts and work on some new club initiatives, somewhat in tandem with some retention initiatives and efforts that Fred Daniels is leading. So there are a lot of different people helping out. I just want to share for a moment about our new clubs. So we are working on forming a veterans causes-based club. So you don't need to be a veteran to be part of this club. However, they will focus on positively impacting outcomes for veterans. We're also working on a global women's and children's causes-based club in our district. That will be rooted here, though the idea is to have membership from all over the place. They're going to start off as a satellite club of the Niskayuna Club, but we are looking for them to focus on initiatives worldwide that will, increase and improve outcomes for women and children. We are also working on a community-based Rotaract Club. So instead of attaching a Rotaract Club to a specific learning institution, trying to make it more of a community effort. So we're going to start that here in the Schenectady area, though I know I've been talking with other Rotarians about the same concept in other areas. And if that's something that you are willing to work on, we would definitely not turn down your help on that. So in addition to these efforts, there are a couple other efforts happening. I know Bruce has been very involved in trying to get a Troy Rotary Club back on the ground. Melissa Ward led a call this week on some lionesses potentially looking to join a club or start a club within our district. So maybe just putting a question or a request out to all of you. If there's any of you that are interested in helping us in any way, support any of these efforts, please reach out to me. Please reach out to Kimmy Talbot. Please reach out to Denise or Bruce or Rich. We're looking to, I guess, inject some energy, especially coming out of this pandemic. I also want to speak with you all more today about our public image efforts. So Denise Denoto, Peter Wilhelm, who is a brand new Lake George Rotarian. We've been working on some different things within the district. We're looking at organizing some new trainings and compiling resources on things like print advertising and how to get your event noticed, social media campaigns, and more of like a comprehensive social media calendar that perhaps we can make pretty turnkey for everyone, so that you don't have to have someone that specializes in these things within your club, or if you just have club members going in a variety of different directions, making something that's pretty easy to just replicate or use for your club. Denise noted, but we are actually going to announce this week, so this is kind of the first look at this. We're looking to make a hire for an executive assistant and marketing coordinator. So this person will help support the district and also help us further brand awareness for Rotary locally, because who doesn't know about Rotary and why aren't they part of our organization yet? So this position will be posted this week. It will first be sent out to our district membership by email, and then later posted to the public. Denise, hopefully okay if I speak for you, Denise, as well, but we're just asking that if possible, you share this to your networks. Of course, it'd be wonderful if this person is Rotarian, though we're, with new perspective, I think we can gain some opportunity there. So just trying to find the best person possible for that position. Something I want to do this year is just to bring in different perspectives. So I do want to share a video from a new Rotary friend of mine. Her name is Christina Ennis. And let me just make sure I pull this up okay. Nope, that's not what I want to share. Everyone got to see my notes. Hang on 1 second here. This always happens to me. I have a video all ready to go and naturally it doesn't pop up. So give me just 1 more second. Sorry about this.
I'm so thankful it's not just me. I think we all experience this on Zoom.
I'm getting nervous because she's like my guru.
I know.
What's going on, Whit?
I know, it's terrible.
Are you pulling a Kimmy?
It's fine. We're ahead of schedule. I'm loving it.
Time for a joke from Mylan.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
No, never mind.
Look at that.
I forgot my joke.
Can everyone see that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
We can't hear it though.
Audio issues.
Oh my gosh.
That's just
See, this is what you guys have to look forward to.
Yeah.
great screensaver.
Well, if it can happen, it makes us feel better.
You know, I always have everything ready to go, and it's when I play videos, that's the death of me for sure.
While Whitney's pulling it up, I'll share my joke. Why can't you play cards on the savannah?
Why?
There's too many cheetahs.
Oh,
That's a big groan. Big groan.
that's another finable offense.
My 8-year-old nephew
Yeah.
shared that with me last week.
I thought we were talking snacks.
Boy, we really have a good fundraiser going if we have to charge for jokes like that. No offense, Denise.
No, none taken, don't worry.
We could totally do a Rotary joke book, like dad jokes or kid jokes,
I got way more where that came from.
right? Let's have a joke off.
Bad jokes for meetings.
As I was preparing to be district governor, I bought a book called Clean Jokes. Very thin book.
Okay.
Okay, can everyone see this okay?
Except there's a square box in front of her face.
How about a kid's cookbook with jokes for each recipe?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I bought a book for my 8-year-old granddaughter for Christmas. Jokes every 8-year-old would know. A lot of those jokes are more sophisticated than what I've heard today. Thank you.
Is the box still there or is it gone?
No, it's gone.
Okay, let's try this. Let's see if it works.
All right.
Hello, Rotary District 7190. My name is Christina Ennis, and I am one of several assistant Rotary Public Image Coordinators, or RPICs, with Zone 28 East. And thank you so much to Whitney for inviting me here today. Unfortunately, I'm coming at you today with a video because my own district conference is today, and I'm hosting a breakout session at this very moment. So I'm so sorry I couldn't join you. I just wanted to thank Whitney for inviting me, and I really hope that in the next couple of months, we do get to connect over public image. I love meeting with clubs and districts to talk about public image, particularly around creating engaging graphics, as well as social media. So if anybody's interested in a talk, my sidekick Devankar and I, we love to do them with you guys. So please get in touch. Whitney has our contact information. So all the way from St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador on the far east coast of Canada, the most easterly point in North America. Hello. I'm so happy to be part of this Rotary family with you, and I hope we get to chat more soon. Enjoy your conference, guys.
That was great, Whitney.
Thank you. Thank you very much for being patient. I should know that I'm not allowed to play videos during Zoom meetings. For some reason, it always screws up the last minute. But so in addition to Christina, we have a couple of the resources that we are compiling for this year. One thing I'd like to ask of everyone here is if you are finding gaps, there are things that your club needs help with, please bubble them up to the district, to myself, to Denise. We'll introduce you to Peter Wilhelm at a later date. But please let us know where things are and where we can help you. That way, if we can put together a formal training, if we can compile more resources, I will try to not drive you all absolutely insane with my absolute love and potentially possibly an addiction to Google Docs, where we can store and share a lot of information fairly easily. Though if anyone needs help with any of that, please let me know. Also, I've done a couple of club discussions lately. Mary Lou in the Shen Club recently invited me in to talk a little bit about the Learning Center, the Brand Center, and the resources that Rotary International already has ready for us. There are a lot of associated trainings there. So if anyone needs any help with any of those things as well, we'd love to make sure that you have those resources. And really just, I think especially the next couple months is going to be a discovery period for us as we, somewhat return to life as normal. I know club membership is going to be an interesting thing to take a look at. I know specifically for our club in Scotia, we have a lot of members that we have not seen. recently or much throughout the past year. So trying to figure out where all of that is falling. And as Denise mentioned with the technology, you know, trying to make sure that we're supporting you as well. Though we just ask for your understanding and your patience because we're learning these things alongside you. So we're trying to be out ahead of the curve a little bit, though, you know, because of Rotary's guidance, we're not necessarily getting together in large groups either. So we appreciate you guys being patient and understanding with all of these things. And I do really encourage everyone here to attend the Empire Multi-District session on June the 7th. If you haven't been to some of these sessions over the last few months, we have shared a lot of resources. There's been a lot of different perspectives and insights that have gone into all of this. And we are running ahead of schedule. I was, you know, trying to just fill in time for a little bit because we do have a speaker coming to us from District 6400. Rich, if it's okay with you, I just want to open it up just to see if anyone has any questions about tech branding resources while we're waiting for Devankar to get here.
Absolutely. As you know, that's that's about where we're at right now. So we are ahead of schedule, which is, you know, really good. So if anybody has any questions or anything, you know, I thank all, you know, all three of you, Bruce, Denise, and Whitney, for really giving a more detailed explanation of the email I sent out and what we're doing moving forward. This has been, you know, a pretty tough year, but like I said, you know, we've been able to move forward with all of this, and you know, I know many of you do know that we were kind of on the chopping block with Rotary International because our numbers were down. I recently submitted a request for an extension on the deadline that we had with a report of what we currently are doing, how we broke up the membership team into, you know, two distinct parts. One is for new membership, new clubs, satellite clubs, and the other one is for retention and engagement, and how we're doing that. Melissa was very helpful in helping me with that to get it over to the districting committee. So, you know, we are taking really good steps, and I appreciate everybody that's here today because it takes a village. We all know that. And we have the best village going in New York State. So we want to keep it that way.
Hey, Rich, I have a question for Whitney. Whitney, is there, I put this up in the chat, but is there any kind of a best practices guide for clubs in terms of being, you know, sort of gold level marketing organizations? How often should they be engaging social media? How often should they be trying to look outward as opposed to communicating more effectively inward, that sort of thing?
That's on our list of documents to create with a new person. Sorry, Whitney, I just didn't.
No, go for it.
Well, I'm happy just to prepare that if you're putting together a committee or something.
Yay.
Yeah,
we
would love your help. We have a lot of different things, ideas that we've already written down. I think that's something that Denise, Peter, and I have certainly talked about. There are so many great, you know, Rotary trainings that we've been to. Part of the problem is they're all disconnected, right? You have to sit through an hour training for this and, you know, half an hour training for that. And the documents are great, but if you can't find them, they're worth not much to you. So we've started kind of putting those documents in, you know, in one location, again, back to Google Drive, you know, just putting links in one place so that way you can easily click when you're looking to do these things. Though, Fred, I think, you know, the guide, the how-to guide is a dynamite idea, you know, a way to make it even easier. And, you know, with that, not forgetting about, you know, some of the things that we've been doing for a long time that perhaps, you know, some clubs haven't been doing recently. So, you know, I know there are clubs that submit their weekly program to the local newspaper. You know, so trying to combine, you know, newer tactics along with traditional tactics so we can hit a diverse audience and not necessarily just one particular audience. So we'll work on that. We will work to be as transparent as possible. Back to Deb O'Connor's point is, trying to just share information, not overwhelm you guys, but keep it as organized and concise as we possibly can. I did find out that our speaker cannot be here until 10:40. So is there any other questions? If not, I would ask Rich that maybe we break and come back to the speaker briefly when we return.
Sure. This was the time we were going to have a 15-minute bio break. So why don't we do that? We'll come back in 15 minutes and hopefully Devon can speak at that point. We'll do that real quickly and we'll still be ahead of schedule. And then Harriet will lead us in the remembrance services for those Rotarians in our district that have gone to higher service this year. And I ask you, please, everybody that's here, after that, remain on for recognitions and awards, because that's really, really important. So you can leave your screens on, whatever you want. It's, let's say, in 15 minutes, it's 10:35, so we'll be back at 10:50. Whitney, yes.
That was a good video. That was a good one.
And Whitney, if you could do the introduction for Devon.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yes. So I hope everyone had a nice break. Welcome back. As I had mentioned before our break, we do have Divankar Mukhi here with us. Divankar, I met through Public Image the Musical, which was put on by Zones 28 and 32. He and Christina Ennis, who you saw the video from, work together hand in hand, and he's going to give us some tips today on Facebook events and hopefully return to us for a training sometime in the future. So without further ado, Divankar Mukhi.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Whitney, for inviting us, inviting Christina and I to do this. And I did meet you over our Public Image, the musical, which was a very successful public image marketing event. We had a very large turnout. I believe it was the largest public image event of its kind. We had about 600 to 700 registrations, and I think 450 people actually attended. So that was pretty good. So I know that you guys are getting more into public image, and so I want to just be here as a resource as the Zone 28 Assistant Public Image Coordinator. Work with your public image team, work with Whitney on bringing in your public image. And so that is what I'm here for to do, and briefly give you a quick little Facebook marketing tips conversation and allow you to see the preview for our further public image event that we'll host within your district. So again, thank you again. So I'm not sure if you were able to attend the Public Image the Musical, but my focus was on making big events happen. And the way I made big events happen is I do 3 tips on Facebook events. And the first thing is understanding that it's important for events like Zoom to utilize Facebook events in the sense that Facebook is going to push a event that is on their own platform more out to the accounts and viewers than just posting a flyer of an event or posting a Zoom link of an event. You can have those elements, but make sure you include them into your own Facebook event. So that is the number one thing I'd always tell Rotarians. Don't just post a flyer and information of an event as a post. Create a separate event on Facebook itself with that information, because then you can have a tracking list of RSVPs from going to not going to interested, which allow you to have a nice wide range of demographics that you can analyze as a team. Your age range that might be going, maybe a certain area or region that might be attending, and that all that feedback is very good for the preparation of your event. And that is something that you should always do before. So utilize Facebook events. Number two is making sure you not only promote an event before via flyers or email lists and everything, but allow you to post events during and after. So what do I mean by that? I mean, you could actually use Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and connect Zoom with it, and you can live stream your event. Like if today's event was also being live streamed, you would have a viewership from Facebook while they're scrolling through their feed, whether it's some random friends or Rotarians who did not register from around the globe. They can actually come in and be a part of the event and just view. That allows you to have a larger exposure in your event. So posting an event and doing a live of it also while you're doing your current event is very great. And after, it's a little bit of what you're already doing. Post a recording of your event or post your turnout event. How did your event go? Post out what kinds of people attended, where they came from, who were they. Maybe if you partnered with an organization for a service event, for example, make sure you tag them in the Facebook event. That way, if you tag them, it will show up on their own feed. So now that you know that it's important to utilize Facebook events, it's important to do Facebook Live during the event, and or it's important to just tag relevant organizations and make them feel like they were really a part of the event. You are already increasing your engagement and exposure because you've already now done things that are really gonna put your club or your district out there, because more and more people will be able to see it. Finally, the last thing to do is connect with the people in charge. You don't have to feel like if you're a Rotarian or a person helping organize an event that it's all on you. Always try to connect with the public image people in your district, in your club, at the higher level. Like me, I'm here as a resource because we have our own public image network, if you want to say, and we can also push events out for you that are larger and more, needing that engagement that might not be able to come from your own push out. So it's important to identify these public image players, if you want to call them, that are out there doing this type of work, and pushing your events out to them will allow your club and district to gain that level of exposure that you already have. So those are my 3 tips for making big events happen. That is just a preview, though, with Christina, what we're going to be doing later on with your district. And I'm so pumped to be able to do that. I wish it was in person, but it will be in person eventually. I know that. And I'd be so stoked to come out to upstate New York, check you guys out, and be a part of that. I'm just going to leave my Facebook, LinkedIn, and my email address in the chat for any of you who wants to connect with me for maybe a club meeting or a different event of sorts. I just want to be here. Thank you again, Whitney, for this opportunity, and thank you to your district. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Devankar. Thank you for being here. And as Devankar mentioned, and I mentioned before, we will have a upcoming session, hopefully soon, just working on planning with Devankar and Christina, so that way we can bring some of these resources, just make it a bit easier for everyone to consume the information. It will likely be a virtual session, but then, as Fred mentioned, we'll try to put together some type of guidebook, playbook to make these things even just a little bit easier. So thank you again, Devankar, for being here. And with that, I will turn it back over to District Governor Rich.
You have to unmute, Rich.
So thank you, Mylon. So at this time, and introduce past District Governor Harriet Noble to lead us in the remembrance service. Unfortunately, Tammy Heckenberg, who was going to help her today, was not able to join us. So think some happy thoughts and prayers for Tammy. She has a lot of family issues with her mom and with an aunt who was her mom's really primary caregiver. Mylon is actually going to help Harriet with the remembrance ceremony. So Harriet and Mylon, please. Thank you.
Good morning, Rotarians. Each year, we recognize members of our Rotary family that have passed on to higher service. It's a time for reflection, for fond memories, for smiles, and for good thoughts. The reading this morning is well-loved and well-known by many faiths and cultures around the world. The response is, we will remember them. Please unmute yourselves for the responses. We acknowledge the contributions and celebrate the lives of those who passed away this Rotary year. At the rising of the sun and as it's going down, we remember them. At the blowing wind and the winter chill, we remember them.
Remember them.
At the beginning of the year and when it is done, we remember them.
We remember them.
We remember them.
As long as we live, they too will live, for they are now part of us. We will remember them.
We will We remember them.
For all the good in the world they have done, for the service above self so gladly given, for their kindness, generosity, and time, we remember them.
We remember them.
From the Rotary Club of Chestertown, Howard Kennedy.
We remember them.
We will remember.
Remember.
Jerry Meter.
Remember them.
We remember him.
Mylan, are you ringing? I guess we're ringing the bell. Doug O'Brien.
We remember him.
Nan Williams.
We remember him.
The Rotary Club of Colony Guilderland, formerly of Latham, Lester Warren.
We will remember him.
From the Rotary Club of Fort Anne, Barbara Hall.
We will remember him.
From the Rotary Club of Glenville, Joyce Madelone.
We will remember her.
From the Rotary Club of Granville, Lawrence Larry Andrews. Robert Bob Golden.
We will remember him.
From the Rotary Club of Lake George, Carol Becker.
We will remember her.
From the Rotary Club of Schenectady East, Richard Dick Frigolette.
We will remember him.
From the Rotary Club of Scotia, Nelson Austin and Victor Friedman.
We will remember them.
From the Rotary Clubs of Colony Guilderland and Shenandoah, past District Governor Michael Papalizio.
We will remember him.
From the Rotary Club of South Glens Falls, Al Ragazzo.
We will remember
him. From the Rotary Club of Twin Bridges, Charles Chuck Chera.
We will remember him.
As we're coming to the end of this service, if each of us in our own way can take a brief pause and think about those that we just remembered, maybe a project you shared, maybe an event you went to together, maybe a joke you had together. Think about your friends and your family, and surely think about the people around the world who need our love and support.
Could I mention, I think someone was forgotten from Lake George?
Oh, go ahead, please remember them.
Alexander Sandy Katz,
We will remember him.
I would point out that 4 of those people served their clubs as club presidents during the 2019-2020 year. And that's that the service above self continued right until the time of it passed.
From the Middleburg Club, Patricia Wargo.
We will remember her.
And Jim Meinsma.
We will remember him.
We will remember him.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Pepe.
Thank you, Pepe.
Try this morning.
Hey, if you choose to leave yourself unmuted, that's fine, because, you know, I want to hear some noise now.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, yeah. So, so anyway, I have a number of recognitions to do, and I want to start off the first one with recognition to all of the assistant governors that served the district this year. Pam Baxter, Jim Amell, Jim Fry, Larry Bailey, Cindy Schmel, Miriam Kajust, and C.G. Frank. And for each one of you, I'm holding one up. So I have a certificate of appreciation that is hereby awarded in honor and deep appreciation of being an assistant governor. Each one of them has your area on it and also has the club that you represent. So thank you, each and every one of you, for serving and continuing to serve, because I know many of you are going to carry on. And there is a special award for one assistant governor. This award was created a number of years ago, and it is called the Link Cathers Award. It's for the assistant governor that went above and beyond for exemplary service as an assistant governor. And for that award this year, I have chosen John Crawford.
Oh, wonderful.
All right, John.
Thank you, John.
Well deserved.
John, it is more than well deserved. You hung in there with me, and I appreciate that so much. So as we go through this, I will make arrangements with everyone to get these certificates to you over the next 2 weeks or so. So we'll make arrangements for everyone that's getting honored today. I will get you your certificate. Next, I would like to recognize the following Rotarians in our district for their continued dedication to Rotary. And they're not really in any particular order. So these are mostly district governor's citations. Larry Jones, this is awarded with deep appreciation in honor and recognition of being our shelter box chairperson and overall support of the district. Thank you, Larry, so much for everything that you do. Like I said, make some noise. Come on, this is the fun. Deborah O'Connor is awarded with deep appreciation in honor and recognition of being the district treasurer. And at the same time, you are co-treasurer of the Schenectady Rotary Club. So you're doing double duty. So thank you so much, Deb.
Yay!
Awesome. Okay, next up, Melissa Ward Rathbun, awarded the certificate of appreciation for being our zone coordinator and also the Event Groove Fundraising District Liaison. I could not have done all of the fundraising that we did this year virtually without your help, Melissa. So,
Melissa.
Oh, well.
oh, past district governor, Fred Daniels. This is with deep appreciation and honor and recognition of your continued work on district membership and especially leading the retention and engagement efforts that we just started up again recently. So
Papa Fred!
heartfelt thanks, Fred. Unfortunately, as I said, Tammy Heckenberg is not here. I have a certificate for Tammy for overall support of District 7190 and Rotary's avenues of service.
Woo, Tammy!
Nice.
Bruce McConnelly, appreciation and recognition of outstanding support throughout the district and service above self. Thank you, Bruce.
And that's
Yay, Bruce.
Having to deal with calls from Rich every other hour.
Definitely deserves a reward.
it's worse before it gets better.
Oh, okay. Denise Denoto. This
no.
is awarded with deep appreciation and recognition of the district technical wizard and co-host on all Zoom events.
Oh, yeah. Couldn't do it without her.
I just want you to know that I have now been signing into things as Zoom Queen Extraordinaire.
Oh,
And you need to keep that title.
you need
Yes.
to
Definitely,
you keep
That is
that
what my
title.
district governor
it
class
fits,
is called.
Denise.
So
It fits.
you can all bow down in the future. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
No. That's
I-
great.
Title for you, Denise, fits.
I love it. I love it.
We're not worthy.
Okay.
That's great.
Whitney Pangburn. This is an honor and recognition of the commitment to all membership efforts and cause-based clubs, because you have ran with this right now. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Whitney.
Okay. Christine Shepherd. This is in recognition of doing everything that we need, keeping track of for District 7190 Secretary. Thank you so much for doing a great job. And I know you're going to continue on with Bruce in his year. So,
Yay!
woohoo!
Great.
All right. So next, Kim Talbot, in recognition of our membership chairperson and outstanding service to District 7190. So thank you so much, Kim. Appreciate everything that you do. Okay. This is now Mylan Jackson in appreciation and recognition of being our district trainer and handling MD Pets, DTA, secretary and treasurer training, and actually filling in today as my MC. Thank you so much, Mylan.
Good job, Mylan.
And
Where's your
Mylan-
jokes? Where's your jokes, Smiley? We need a joke.
Come on, and I should have put on there, and you know.
Jokester.
Here's the oldest one that I know.
Okay.
You hear about the bar in the moon.
Oh,
It goes down, no atmosphere.
Oh.
Like I said, it's going to be a great fundraiser.
Okay, so next, we have an award in the district, and that award is called the Helping Hands Award. I don't know if everybody knows, this is an award that is given out to a club in the district that exemplifies community service, among other things. I focused on the community service part this year as it was so needed across the district because of the pandemic and the situation with COVID. The most needed community service were food drives, distributions, and deliveries. So many clubs did this. So I wanted to recognize as many as possible. And forgive me if I missed somebody, but it was a tough decision to pick one club for this award. So in recognition of those clubs, I have made a certificate up. And okay, so this is really a challenge, guys. You got to cherish this because I designed this and made this using Rotary logos. This is not me, folks. So
You taught him something, Whitney.
so I will at first I will show you the recognition certificates, and hopefully I can hold this up. Can you all see that?
Yeah.
Very nice, Rich.
Beautiful.
It's
Great.
okay, and I will read. It's a certificate of appreciation presented to, and then it has the Rotary Club name for outstanding community service, opening opportunities for those in need. And I have made one of these plaques up for the following clubs: Sharon Springs Rotary. Give them a hand.
Yay.
Glenville Rotary.
Woo.
Gosha Rotary.
Yay.
Burnt Hills Boston Lake Rotary. And the final plaque is the Wilton Rotary. The club that actually gets, there is an award that was made up a number of years ago. It is a marble base with bronze hands, helping hands, clasped together. On it says Rotary District 7190 Helping Hands Award. And this award is going to the Glens Falls Club this year.
All right.
Thank you, Rich.
You're welcome.
Glens,
You guys, as far as I know, I believe, did the most food distributions and on a very large scale. So thank you so much for doing that, because you helped a lot of people and a lot of communities that were in need over the past year. So thank you. And so next I have, these are from the Rotary Foundation. These are District Service Awards. I would like to present this District Service Award this is presented to Doug Ford of the Boston Spa Club for outstanding service in promoting the Rotary Foundation and its goal of world understanding and peace. So,
Doug.
thank you, Doug. Thank you so much, Doug. And I have, it is the same award and most deserving also. This is presented to Susan Austin of Schenectady East Club. And thank you enough.
Thank you.
Yay, Sue.
I can't thank you enough. Susan. Sue, you have done such great work and helped me so much this year with the different things for foundation. So thank you.
It has been an honor and a privilege.
Thank you. So we have another award that was created a few years ago. And this is an award that strictly goes to a past district governor. And that is called the George Frost Award for service to the district as a past district governor. It gives me great pleasure. It's an honor. Ann Cargile.
Oh, nice.
Thank you, Ann.
Yes.
Yay.
You are just a treasure to this district.
Yes.
I've been always will. Thank you so much for all that you do.
Amen to that.
So they're coming down the wire here. So next, and this was a hard decision also, This is for the Rotary Club of the Year. The District Rotary Club of the Year for exemplary contributions to Rotary. And overall, this covers a lot of things. What, the membership, clubs that are involved internationally with projects and really reach out to get other clubs to help. And I think that you would all be in agreement this year. This club is growing at a pretty rapid pace. It's excellent. So without further ado, I present the Rotary Club of the Year for District 7190 to the Niskayuna Rotary Club.
Nice.
Very good.
So, Niskayuna, I hope somebody's still on. I know there was or somebody earlier was on.
Yeah, Bob was on before.
Bob was on, yes. So I hope he's still there. Thank you very much. So we have one final award, and that is Rotarian of the Year. And this was so hard this year. So many of our district Rotarians went above and beyond, true service above self in these trying times. When the position of District Rotary Foundation Chair was unexpectedly vacated, she immediately stepped up to help. She chaired Rotary Leader Institute, led the grants management training, helped with district training assembly, and is a part of the district training team. She ran the secretary training and helped with treasurer training.
Oh my goodness.
She also delivered thousands of face shields all throughout the district and countless other tasks. And these things I have mentioned don't even include what she does in her own club and surrounding clubs. I am honored and privileged to present Sue Austin as District 7190
Oh, how nice.
of the Year.
How nice.
And
Nice.
so deserving. Thank you, Sue, for all that you do. A big round of applause, please, for Sue.
And Rich, I would be remiss if I didn't say that there is 15 or 17 clubs out there that helped us with those face shields.
Oh.
And they all deserve recognition, and they'll be listed in the toolbox this coming month.
Thank you, Sue.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so,
Yeah,
thank
Sue.
you so
Sue.
much. I really appreciate all that everyone does in the district. And, this is always hard, I mean, we could be doing this for hours today, but I do appreciate, and I will make arrangements to get this. And as I ended this with in the agenda, if there is anybody that wants to remember somebody for something, please feel free to do that now. Or, we're actually way ahead of schedule, so this is great. But thank you all from the bottom of my heart. It's been a great year, even though because of COVID, well, let's not go there.
Yeah.
The light is coming through at the end of the tunnel, and it's not the train anymore.
Rich,
Hey, Rich.
thank you for an outstanding job in a very challenging year. Congratulations, Rich.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Rich.
Hey,
Rich,
yeah.
I just want to recognize, Del, and forgive me for a little bit of self gratification, but Delmar did an $80,000 international grant for life-saving surgeries for kids.
Wow.
So I just want to recognize
That's great.
that we are getting out there, and we may be a small club, but we are a powerful club, and we'll see more of Delmar getting out there. So I just felt it was important that everybody know that.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Rich,
Yeah.
I would like to recognize a member of my club, Brian Lemansky, who is the person who has made all of these face shields and worked tirelessly to supply the face shields to anyone that needed. He's up to around 14,000 face shields at this point, in addition to what we did through the district. He has provided school districts and other organizations with them. But what is so astonishing is that he joined our club, and he's been a Rotarian for less than a year. Actually, he was a Rotarian before he joined. He is designing devices that clean air in rooms for the COVID. He has designed a device to be used in other countries to help people with visual problems. And we'll be talking more about that because we're going to look at a global grant ourselves.
Oh.
So he's an amazing man. If you want to know a little bit more about him, he was one of, I think, 20 people in the Capital District Region Business Review that received an award through them. He's absolutely a fantastic young man, and I don't think he's 30 yet.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So we
Nice.
got some good ones coming up.
Anybody else want to recognize anybody? This is your good chance.
I would just like to say that, you know, it's good weather, and people are starting to get outside again. And the Colony Guilderland golf outing is returning this year. So if you're anxious to get out on the course, June, I think it's 17th, it's a Friday. The information is up on our website and on our Facebook page. So, you know, we encourage all of you who have been golfing with us in the past to consider coming back. I'm sorry, June 18th. June 18th, it's a Friday. Just wanted you all to know.
And if anyone is interested, Glens Falls is running our second composting workshop. It was so successful the first time. We're doing it again, $15, and you receive a collection bucket to go in your kitchen with a beautiful Rotary logo. And it's about an hour. It's this coming Wednesday, the 19th, 7 p.m. And you're welcome to sign up, and we'll get you the bucket. And it's very, very informative about how you can reduce your household waste and improve your garden all at the same time.
If we're making announcements, can I toss out there that Schenectady Rotary is hosting a hybrid trivia night on June 10th. The funds will be used for educational scholarships at Schenectady High School. It'll be a hybrid event, so join us either online or at Frog Alley in Schenectady, and I'm posting the registration link in the chat.
Yay!
Mary Lou,
Right.
go ahead. Your hand's up, Mary Lou.
Yes, hi. Thank you to Rich because he was our main man at our last chicken barbecue. By the way, we do have a few foil wrapped halves left in the freezer down at our church. But Rich was out there. He was the first smiley face that they encountered when they drove up to pick up their chicken barbecues. And he sold our Rotary Red like a champ, our beautiful Rotary Red spaghetti sauce. And he was out there, and that was an add-on. And by golly, he sure made good use of his time and his smiles. And he was wonderful. And also my dear friend, Ann Cargile. Ann and I went recently and picked up some brown bread. There was an ad in the little local newspaper, and we took a nice ride, and we got to know each other a little better. And I treasure her. She is a treasure. So thank you for letting me talk.
Thank you, Mary Lou.
I want to thank Rich and Denise too for helping out with our global environment event last month. And we couldn't have done it without Denise's technical expertise, and Rich acted as our host and helped with a lot of the setting up the meeting and everything. And we reached 10 countries and had 120 registrants around the world. It was great.
That was so much fun, Janice. Thank you for setting that all up too. That was great.
If any club wants to do something like that, if you are experts in something and you want to hold a Zoom meeting with world-class speakers to share your idea, let us know, because we would love to help you do that. We have the technology and the resources to do that. And we'd love to help you do that. If you have something that you're excited about, that you want to share with the world. Janice came to us and said, can we do this? And we said, yes, absolutely. We want to say yes to you too. So this is a way that we can help promote Rotary, and we look forward to helping you do that.
Thanks, Denise.
I was just excited to hear all of our clubs saying, hey, we're doing this, hey, we're doing that, and we're doing hybrid. Kudos to everybody for trying to get back to a little bit of sense of normalcy and connecting everybody together on all your events. So make sure you guys are sending those in for the toolbox so that we all know we can all support each other. So that was really nice to hear everybody jump on and say.
Wonderful conference, Rich. I look forward to seeing you in person sometime soon. Thank you for
so.
all that you did
Yes,
this year.
We all need that. So, well,
Oh, hang on, we have Mr. Halsey down here has his hand
okay.
up. Just waving.
Yep. I don't know whether he's waving goodbye or he wants to talk. You're muted, bud. So.
Yeah.
Hey.
I just want to say thanks for a great meeting, and I've got something to attend to.
Okay. Well,
Bye.
I thank you all for attending the conference. If there's nothing else, then I'll be in touch with everybody and make arrangements to get you your certificates. It'll give me a fun couple of days of road tripping. So thank you all again. It's been a fun ride this year. Different, very different, but I couldn't do it without the help of everybody in the district. So thank you so much. And I did it. I got this like, wow, 11:30.
Good for you.
Good job, Rich.
District governor ended early. Yay!
Whoa.
It was